Close this blind a little bit. Oh no, I'm gonna need the best lighting I can. Hi guys. Let me make sure I am on live chat. Yes, live chat. Hi Ashley. How are you, my love? Yeah, you're the first one here. Hi, long hair, skinny Aito. Hi, Bosere. Thank you guys for coming. Hang in there, Ashley. I know it's hard. I hope that little prayer that I sent you, I forgot who in the group had posted it, but it's a beautiful prayer. And, you know, it's hard losing somebody, you know, and getting used to having a life without them, you know, and it's really, really, really hard. I don't deal very well with loss either. I lost my baby nephew a few years ago, and that took a toll on me. But, you know, sometimes we just have to hold on to the beautiful memories we had and, you know, let go of the pain. But always know that they're in a better place, you know, and they're no longer suffering or going through pain here and stuff like that. So, haven't seen you live for ages, Hexen. I know, Bosede. It had been like 6 months, I think, was my last upload onto YouTube. But my fiance Josh, he bought me a laptop for my birthday, and now I'm able to go live again and bring more content out. Here, just watching end of my game too. Aw, thank you, Mama Squirrel. Mwah. It definitely did help. I know it was coming. My grandma was 81. She definitely is in a better place. Love you, Baba. Love you too. Message me. You guys, you and Mama Lillian need to know, you know, I'm here for you guys. I'm only a message or a phone call away. You know, don't be shy of whatever time. If you're feeling a certain way and you need someone to talk to, you guys can give me a call. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. All right, guys. So I have a long list of like dark themed decks. Some of them are not tarot, or I wouldn't consider them tarot. And then others are not actually a dark theme per se, but I consider it somewhat in that category. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 decks that I want to show you guys. Hi, Steven. Thank you for coming. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start. A couple of mentions. I did bring on board a couple of decks that I'm not going to really give you guys like a walkthrough or show you all the cards, but I did want to touch base on them. And mainly just because there's a lot of videos on these decks out there already, and people already know them and I've already seen them. So I don't want to give you guys like just another boring walkthrough. So first things first, this is one of my soul decks. It is the Rider-Waite in my collection. It is not Rider-Waite. The art is not by Rider-Waite. This is actually the Cosmic Tarot. And the reason why I want to mention it is because it is not dark theme per se, but it is not a fluffy, duffy, pretty tarot deck either. Like this deck, when you work with this deck, it'll really talk to you and tell you the things that it needs to tell you. And it's not always in the nicest way. So this is my Cosmic Tarot, and I actually keep it in this bag. And this I trimmed the ugly white borders off, so it's borderless, and I etched it in black. And I think I've shown this before on my channel. but I haven't shown you the whole thing. This is the backing, and I mean the deck stands out more now that it has the black ink on the edges. And this was, I think, the first deck that I trimmed and edged, and I was so scared, but it actually looks beautiful. Now I'm going to show you some of the imagery, nothing too crazy, but I'll show you why in some cards I feel like this is a darker deck. That's the Two of Swords. And I like this Two of Swords. You don't see the woman is not with the two swords crossed and her eyes covered. This is more of a she's contemplating on some choices she's about to make in life, and she has the moonlight behind her. She's on like some type of like either it's a river or a lake or even the ocean, and she's on the edge, and then she's contemplating with her cat. And you can tell she's in her head. Her eyes are closed. And these are the two swords right here. So this is a different kind of feel to the Two of Swords. Magician. Now this deck, I've noticed that it's very like cool in the tones and the colors. It's very cool. And one of my favorite suits of this deck is the Suit of Cups. It is very emotional. And I think out of all the suits, that is the darkest suit here on the deck. It's actually the Suit of Cups, the way I see it, because the characters are very blue. You know, like this is the Ten of Cups. You see, she has like a darkness to her. And this Ten of Cups, I mean, it changes from Rider-Waite. Like all the cups you see, the cups are overflowing. All the cups are overflowing. They're full. So she has everything she needs in front of her, but she almost looks like she's in mourning because of her dark veil on her head and, you know, like the emotion on her face. She almost looks like she has everything she needs around her, but she is unhappy. She is not really quite happy. And this is what I mean by a darker deck. It definitely isn't like fluffy duffy and rainbows and stuff. Like some of the meanings do change from the Rider-Waite, but this is like my classic deck that I love. I'm gonna show you. I mean, the lovers are beautiful. You have a Native American man and a witchy woman in like this wizard looking costume. I mean, it really is a beautiful deck. I'm just gonna go through some cards that would make it what I consider a darker deck. The Three of Swords. And then this Three of Swords makes me feel a little uncomfortable. And I'll tell you why. They're obviously on like a cemetery type thing, you know, and then you have the flower there, which is obviously represents the deceased, and three swords. But then you see these three characters and like their face expressions, like I feel like they are the three swords. Each one of these persons are the three swords. So their face expressions makes me feel uncomfortable in a way of like they're looking down at the harm that they've caused to this person or whatever the person usually, or the heart that is broken. These are each sword that is responsible for that pain. And there's something about their faces that is kind of creepy to me. Lady Blind Wolf, this is the Cosmic Tarot. I'll show you the box to it. Now, I did trim the white edges off, and I etched mine in black. Give me 1 second. I ordered this off of Amazon. Now, the picture that they show you on the box is actually the new version of the deck, but I received the AGM box. So it's still the same deck, but it's a different box what they show. And I think the box that it shows is the High Priestess. Let me see if I find the picture of the box. And I got it for 13 bucks on Amazon. I've been looking at this deck and I really wanted it. And I've had it for a while already. And I really, really do love it. Yeah, it's the High Priestess. The box that it shows looks like this. And that's the High Priestess of the deck. Now, I did cut those ugly white borders off. And you get white borders around the back and around the front. I cut them. I cut the edges with the edge cutter at 13. Both say they $13. I only paid $13 for this on Amazon. And this is the back, which I love the back. The back you get like, it's almost can be red reversible, but I like it because you have like the regular sun. And then over here, this is like an eclipsed sun. The sun is eclipsed on this side. And I mean, edged and trimmed, it looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like, I love this deck. This deck looks so good. Like, the art really comes to life once it's trimmed and edged. Look at the world card. Now, this deck I was just mentioning, I don't want to take too much time with this deck because then my video is going to take forever. But I do have 13 decks to go through. Depending on how I go through those decks, then I'm either going to have to do a part 2 or 3. This is the Five of Pentacles, and this is very like... This card really makes me see pain in a different type of setting. I associate this image that you see right here with the things that are going through with immigrants in our country right now. Like, these are people that have nowhere to go. They're trying to look for a better life, look for a better future, and even to the details. So if you look at the pentacles here, they're like falling apart. The pentacles are falling apart. And you see these people and you see their background, where they're coming from. It's like barren land. There's nothing there for them. And they're trying to, like, look for a better life. And they have their belongings. And so this really makes my stomach turn. And this is why I say this deck has a couple of, like, it has a darkness feel to it, where you feel the pain, the emotions that this deck, I mean, the Seven of Cups is another one. Look at him, the way his muscles are, and he's grabbing onto the ground. And these are his thoughts right here. And this is the Lovers card of the deck. No, not the Lovers, I'm sorry. This is another one of the Cups cards. I forgot, I think it's the Two of Cups. I'll show you that one next. But that's like his memory of him wanting to hold on to this dream of his, And then this is him suffering in the present. And he's just there holding on to the ground because he doesn't know what else to do. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Denise. Hi, Carmen. Hi, Rain. Shauna, thank you for coming, guys. So I'm just going through the Cosmic Tarot. And it's the first deck I ever trimmed and edged. I took the ugly white borders off. And I'm just touching base on this and explaining why I consider this a darker deck. Now, this is my main deck that I would do like everyday readings with and stuff like that. Like, I use this as I would use a Rider-Waite. But I'm not a fan of the Rider-Waite. I do have the Rider-Waite, but I'm not a fan of it. I mean, the cards are beautiful. Look at this Moon card. Let me find... The Tower is really beautiful in this one. I love the Tower card. The Six of Cups was that image of the guy with the girl. It's this one. That's a Six of Cups. So you see what I mean? Like the Suit of Cups is the most emotional, and it almost gives me like a dark emotion. Like just their expressions is so blank, you know? Like this Suit of Cups takes you inside yourself, inside your feelings. It kind of it gets to me. It really does get to me. And not just the Suit of Cups, like the Five of Pentacles that I showed you guys earlier. I mean, it really it makes you feel some type of way. Give me 1 second. Sorry for background noise, guys. That's the Five of Pentacles again, and that's what I mean. Like, if you look into like the details, the pentacles are falling apart. This poor group of people is trying to leave their situation behind and migrate, looking for something better, looking for a better quality of life. And that's what, to me, makes this deck turn. I'll show you. Okay, now I'm out here. We win 31-21. Woohoo! Awesome, mama. Gotta run. Need to run their wedding vid that I recorded and produced by everyone. Bye, Dave. Thank you for coming. The Ten of Swords. Now, this Ten of Swords, guys, it's like an epic Ten of Swords. You have the swords coming from every direction. Oh, I need to take this deck out and work with it more. I love this deck, Denise. Wait, Cosmic? Yes. Okay, I thought so. Yes, it's Cosmic. It is Cosmic, Denise. My Cosmic Tarot, I trimmed the white borders off. I rounded the corners with a corner rounder, and I edged it in black. And I love it. I mean, I couldn't work with this deck till I edged it and trimmed it. And once I did, like, wow, because if I'm gonna trim, and even if it's just trim and edge a deck, or if it's just edging and a deck doesn't need trimming, sorry. If a deck doesn't need trimming and I'm just edging it, I connect to each card. Like, I'll edge the card, look at the card, try to connect with it and see what it tells me. And I instantly connected with this deck. I mean, this deck is a goodie. It really is a hidden gem. I really wish that they would bring this back out in a new edition, like borderless and edged in black. I mean, it would look beautiful. It is a beautiful deck. And this is in print. I mean, I only paid $13, but keep in mind, with the borders and not edge, it doesn't, I don't know, for me, it doesn't look pleasing. You bond with it. Definitely bond with it. Hexen trimmed it. Yes, I trimmed it and edged it. It is beautiful and a great reader. Yes, awesome reader. Okay. These are the ones that deserve mention, but I will not be showing you any of the cards. Deviant Moon, borderless, you already know. I love this deck. This is like my number one dark deck. I mean, I have to edge it. I haven't edged it. But it's the borderless Deviant Moon. And Lucy from Conjurer's Table sent me this because I used to have the bordered section, like with the white borders, the border deck, and I switched it with him. He had an extra borderless one, and I told him, would you like to trade? And he traded with me and sent me the borderless one. Another deck which I love, and I need to give thanks to Mama Squirrel. I love this deck, and she gifted this to me, and I adore it. And it's taken place of one of my original decks, like the Rider-Waite-ish. Like, I don't even pay no mind to Rider-Waite, like original, unless I'm like studying and comparing different decks. I'll pull it out and look at the difference from the Rider-Waite to any other deck I'm working with. And so it was the Cosmic Tarot that I use in place of that. and or the Dark Mansion. I love the Dark Mansion, and this is the. I love it because first of all, it comes edged for you in black, like the cards are actually black, and then it has the original back, which I love this back. This is my favorite back compared to like the fancy one that has the brown back. I really like this back. This back sends me to this place, to this world, just by looking at the back. And you guys have seen this deck. I'm not gonna give a whole walkthrough, but this is definitely a darker deck, and I actually love working with it. So it deserves a mention. Hello, I love the black edges. Me too. There's something about black edges. Another deck that was gifted to me by the beautiful Queen Osset from Oya's Girl. She has a shop, and she had gifted this to me a while back. It's probably been a year, probably like around January. And it's the Santa Muerte Tarot. And again, I'm not going to give much mention about this because this deck is pretty well known. And I think Lucy from the Conjurer's Table just got a copy of this, and he's going to be giving a review. So if you guys want to see a full-on view of the Santa Muerte Tarot, go ahead and look out for Lucy from the Conjurer's Table. He's going to be doing a video on this. So that's just, it's Day of the Dead themed. It's beautiful. Also, Lucy has this deck as well, and he's actually, I believe he's doing a study with it now, and it's the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. And I'm not going to open the box or anything, but it is probably about $40. This was also gifted to me, and I think it was by Janelyn. I think Janelyn was the one who gifted me this, and she sent it to me because she couldn't really connect with it. Last time I checked, this was $40 on Amazon, but it is priced at $35. And it is a really good deck. And it works with the different branches of voodoo, the religion of voodoo. And I consider this a dark deck just because it has to do with the dead, the Gede, the ancestors and stuff like that. So it is definitely a darker themed deck. Wow, what a generous gift. Love this black edges. Coffin version is out of print. Yes, the coffin version is out of print. This is the one with one of the rhinestones fell out of the eye in the back, but I don't mind it. This is actually a numbered copy. And out of 1987, I got 1130. So that's my copy number. And it's a coffin box, and I love it. The Love, the Cosmic, and it's only $13.41 now on Amazon. Yes, Carmen, the Cosmic Tarot is only $13 on Amazon, and it's amazing. I got it on Amazon, and I just trimmed it, edged it, and it really is one of my soul decks that I work with daily. Like, that is my go-to over Rider-Waite. I don't care what anyone says. I love Rider-Waite Smith to learn. It's a good base to learn the meaning of cards because there is so many clones or decks that come from the Rider-Waite Smith. But even the Cosmic Tarot is very different to the Rider-Smith in some of the cards where it'll kind of have the feel of that meaning, but it's a little bit twisted in some kind of way. All right, guys. So those are the mentions that I wanted to mention on dark themed decks that I'm not going to actually give you a run through from. Those of you that know me know that I am obsessed with Fabio Lestrani's decks. They're awesome. He is the creator of the Santa Muerte Tarot. and the Santa Muerte Oracle. He just finished a Kickstarter campaign for a Fallen Angels deck that will be coming out. I didn't get to back it, so I believe I backed it, and then when the time came, I couldn't afford paying for it, so I had to let it go. But hopefully, he'll give a print run through of that deck after it comes out, and I can grab a copy of it. Another deck of his that I have is the Night Sun Tarot, which the Night Sun Tarot is a beautiful deck. It also comes with white borders, and I trimmed and edged it. Now, I edged my deck in an old antique rusty gold finish, almost green. This lighting is not okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Goetia. Yes, sorry. I said Fallen Angels, but I meant to say the Goetia. Definitely. So this is the Night Sun Tarot by Fabio Listrani. This is the backs. And I etched them in a light gold. And this is a beautiful deck. I mean, the symbology that you get the planetary and the zodiac associated with the card. And this is definitely a darker deck. This is the Empress. Some of the cards are a little bit darker, but if you really look at it, they're awesome. Very, very awesome. The Hangman is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I mean, you see him there, and he's... Let me pull this forward a little bit. And he has this cage on his face. Kind of crazy. But very cool deck. Very, very cool deck. The devil in this deck is awesome. The death is pregnant. Beautiful, beautiful cards. I'm not going to show much of this just because, again, this is a well-known deck, the Night Sun Tarot, and I love it. I keep it in this box, which I got this from Spirit Halloween, the store, and I got it for like $14 or $15, and it's a cute little keepsake box, and I keep a crystal with it, and I keep the deck in there. And this deck I do work with regularly. I might start a tarot study on my channel for the Night Sun Tarot, just because some of the symbology is very detailed. Like, you have to break down some of the cards because it combines alchemy, it combines Kabbalah, it has like an Eastern flair to it also. And it also combines sacred geometry. And some of the cards in the background, you'll see the shapes and stuff like that. So it's a very detailed deck. It's definitely worth the money. It's not expensive at all. I got mine off of Amazon again. It's from Los Scarabeo, made by Fabio Listrani. And I probably paid like $17 for it, I think it was, 17 or 18. But I did trim and edge mine. I'm good. Be thrifted a little, so I'm happy. Ooh, I would love to see what you thrifted, Silver. Hit that thumbs up, everyone. Yes, please like my video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thank you, thank you. May I please see that box again? Yes, you sure can. It is a resin box. It has an eye on either side, and this is the top of the box. And it's just like resin. It's all black inside, and I keep it with a crystal in there. So I have this gap in space right here, so I just keep like crystals in there and stuff like that. And that's the box where I keep my Night Sun. Are you not going to wait for the mass-produced deck, Denise? So that anyone knows that anyone wants to part with their Light Seers Tarot. So check, please. Thank you. Oh, Denise, I'm dying to get my hands on the Light Seers Tarot, but I do think they're gonna have a mass-produced version of it. It is not gonna be the same, guys. So, my experience looking at mass-produced decks that have been recreated, the cardstock is not the same as Kickstarter. Like they because it's mass-produced, they have to find a way to make it cheaper, like making and creating copies of the deck in a cheaper way so they can produce more of them and sell it at a more decent price. So even the indie versions of certain decks, they're better. The quality is way better. That's not always the case, don't get me wrong, but most of the times it is like where, like if the Dark Mansion Tarot, for example, was to be mass produced, you cannot tell me that this tarot deck is going to have the same quality cardstock. Like rose petal finish. The cards are like they come back, like the cardstock itself is black. Like if this was to be mass produced, if this is going to be mass produced, the quality won't be the same. It won't be there. It's gorgeous. Where did you get it? Kay, I got that box at Spirit Halloween. It's kind of like a party city type thing for Halloween, and you can get costumes there and stuff like that. So I got that box there. It's called Spirit of Halloween or Spirit Halloween or something like that. I know there's a mass market coming out, but there's going to be so many changes to the deck, and I love the first edition. Yeah. Oh no, didn't know that. It's not gonna have the edging or the nice book. To cardstock will be different, and the worst part is coloring isn't going to be as vibrant. Exactly. All right, guys. I am 33 minutes in. I'm gonna continue. I'm not leaving anytime soon yet. But okay. So this one I recently got, and I've been after this deck for a while, on and off. I hate the backs, but the deck is beautiful. And Mama Squirrel uses this in her Tarot Tuesdays, and it's the Ghosts and Spirits Tarot by Lisa Hunt. And it's a beautiful deck. It's printed by US Games. I love the book. Now, the reason why I love the book, each character in each card is based on a spirit or ghost in mythologies from different parts of the world. There's Japanese mythologies. There's a whole bunch of different mythologies. So she breaks down each card into the meaning, and it gives you the story of that spirit represented in the card, and why she chose that storyline for that card. Hi, Lucy. That's okay. We're used to Jen's long videos. I like long videos. If you guys are bored, let me know if I bore you guys. So this is the Ghosts and Spirits Tarot, and first of all, these white borders, they gotta go. But if I take away those white borders, I'm going to lose from the front of the cards because even though they're bordered, the cards are beige. And I have to find a way to trim this where I can get rid of the white border in the back, but still keep the words in the front. So I'm pretty sure that by me getting rid of that white border in the back, I'm going to lose some of the word. You see what I mean? So I have to do it in a way where I'm probably not going to even be able to trim it. I would either have to suck it up with the backs or reback it with some type of paper. The backs are not ugly. There's some cool little ghosts, but it kind of has nothing to do with the beautiful artwork in the front. Now, I don't mind the border in the front of the card because it's like beige and it looks antique. I don't mind it at all in the front. It's just the white in the back that's distracting. But I might just have to put up with it. But the deck is beautiful. Now, why do I consider this a dark deck? Because there is some dark cards in here. Like the Magician, he looks a little bit like half light, half dark. I mean, let me see what else I can show you guys. The High Priest, which is a Hierophant. He is very cool, but very creepy. Wow. He's really cool. I love the Hierophant in this card. He is really, really, really cool. Great deck. The story's so wonderful. They really are. The stories are really, really wonderful. Now, I think the Chariot has to do with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, but don't quote me on that because I haven't looked at this card in the booklet yet, but I think it has to do with something like that. But it's an amazing deck, and it's definitely a darker themed deck. Now, I just got this recently. Check out this 7 of Swords, you guys. It's like a zombie coming to life, crawling from the ground, the 7 of Swords. Really cool deck. Very, very cool deck. I don't mind the front with the borders. It looks nice. I like that vintage feel to them. It's just the backs bother me. They're like an eyesore, but I'll suck it up. I mean, the artwork itself is beautiful, so I don't mind just putting up with the backs, I guess. I want to try and reback it, but I've been looking at a lot of options and how can it be done. I'm scared to mess it up and not doing it properly. Maybe I can tea stain the backs or something. Great decks, the stories are wonderful. That'd be cool to tea stain the backs. Maybe that'll be kind of cool. Now drench it. Now drench it. Sorry, loves. I have to help get Ryder down for his nap, and he don't want me watching. Aw, it's okay, Ash. Love you. All right, guys. Another dark deck. I love this deck. This is available on Amazon. I think I paid probably close to $20 for it. It is the Archaeon Tarot. I love this deck. It is definitely a darker deck. The cards have this waxy, almost like rose petal finish to them, which I was surprised for the price of the deck, for the deck to have that texture onto the cards, and I love it. I mean, I haven't edged it, and I want to edge it. It shuffles really nice. It has beautiful backs. I want to edge it, but I don't know if I want to edge it into like a gold or maybe even like a green. That green in the back though is I'm loving that green. And it has these black borders, but you can't, like, the black borders don't interfere with the cards, which I love. That's the Fool, the Magician. There is some nudity here. It's not really bad, but there's some nudity here. This is the High Priestess. I love this deck. It's very magical. The Empress. The backs are beautiful, yes. The backs are beautiful. So I definitely either want to edge it in like a copper, because you see those copper stains, or like a green. The Emperor is beautiful. This is like a Native American, and he has a crow on his, or a raven on his chest plate. I mean, it's beautiful. The Hierophant has like this metal mask type thing. It almost looks like a metal mask. The Lovers, beautiful Lovers. I mean, I don't mind the borders at all. I mean, I like the fact that it has this really cool border to separate the art, and then the whole bottom of the card still has a background to it, which I actually like it. I wouldn't change nothing from this deck at all. The backs are beautiful. Just I need to edge it, and I haven't edged it yet. Strength. You see the lion there. The Hermit is a little bit dark, but it really has to do with the lamp that he's holding. Like, I guess that's the actual the idea behind the card is regarding the lantern. And so everything else is kind of like muted away, and the focus is on the lantern itself. What a nice deck. Oops, gorgeous deck. Yes, guys, this is the Archaeon Tarot by Timothy Lance. And I got this on Amazon. And it's a US Games. Wheel of Fortune. The Justice card. I love this Justice card. It's beautiful. The Hanged Man. Death. This Death card. Oh, it's a little bit dark, but it really is a really cool card. Temperance. Now the Devil's okay. He looks very like cartoony to me, but I mean it's all right. It's an okay card. I feel they could have done more with him. They could have done more with him, but the Tower. I mean, definitely it's like a photo manipulation type thing. Some cards are brighter than others. Like, look at the Star, the Moon. I feel some of the cards are a little bit too like murky, or like, oh bro, wish it was cold here. It's super hot here in Florida. The Sun, Judgment, the 3 trumpets on the side, and you have the Angel, the World. And then the Minor Arcana is a little bit pippish, but they still have some type of imagery to them. Like, this is the Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 5, 6, the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, the 9, 10. So you see this one, you get a little bit of everything. Herald of Cups, Knight of Cups. The Herald of Cups would be the page. Queen of Cups, and the King of Cups. Now the sword suits are really cool. Now my favorite card from the Minor Arcana is the Ace of Swords, because it has a crystal skull, and the sword is piercing through the crystal skull. But I mean, these are very pippish, but they do have an image with them, like the 2 of Swords, you know, typical. The 3 of Swords, you have the heart over here, and the sword is stabbing through the heart. 5 of Swords. The 6 of Swords, you have a ship definitely moving from one place to the other. Eight of Swords. The Nine of Swords, which is one of my favorite cards. I look for this card in every deck to see what the creator has created for it. This is the Nightmare card, and I love this card. I look for this card in every deck. And so you have an angel, and then you have the girl right here. She's laying her head on the angel's lap. You know, and the angel's comforting her through her nightmare. So that is the Archaeon Tarot, which I love. Our Nine of Swords. Yes, Mama Score, I love the Nine of Swords. Hexen, you said that deck is from Amazon? Yes, Kay, it's the Archaeon Tarot. I did. I got this on Amazon. 5% battery. Really? I have 15 minutes. No. Well, I've been on for 46 minutes. I still have 5 decks to go through. I don't know if I should continue. Would you guys think I should continue? Should I just plug in my charger and continue and finish the, 5 decks I have left to do? Okay. All right, Denise. Hold on. Let me get my charger. Uh-oh. Continue. All right, Steven, I'll continue. Keep going. Mama Squirrel. Oh, you guys. Let me plug this in. All right. We're set. We're good. There we go. It's charging. It's charging. Perfect. I'm in Canada. Sometimes I get free delivery from Amazon. That's awesome. Did you find it, Kay, the Archaeon Tarot? It's really cool. I actually like it. The deck is really good. It's US games, but I feel like it's a better US game card stock. I don't feel like it's just any card stock. And it, like I said, the cards have this finish to them. It's not really rose petal, but it feels very similar to the rose petal, almost like a waxy layer that they added, like a coating over the cards, which is awesome. All right, this deck, Mama Squirrel showed me this deck. This is not a tarot deck. It is not an oracle deck. It is storytelling card game, but I think this is really good to mention because it is, I consider it a dark deck, and this is good for path working, shadow work. You can use it to put together a story, and you can use it as oracle if you'd like to. And it's the Hollow Woods. And Mama Squirrel has showed this before in her channel, and I just want to show you guys what it looks like. Now, it brings a booklet with it, and it gives you like examples on how to create stories. And this is the back of the cards. Now, they're these thick cardboards like this. I'm into this. This card stock I'm into. If I was to ever to create a deck, it would be this card stock. I mean, it's a cardboard card stock, but it's a thick cardboard. And I thought at first I'd have trouble to shuffle these, but you can hand shuffle them. I mean, you can shuffle them anyway. Now, I love the artwork, and I love that they're black and white. And I'll show you, they don't have names or anything. They literally, they are meant for you to put together and create your own story. So you can even use this for journaling, for shadow work, for path working. If you're trying to meditate. What am I going to do? I like each deck you show. I'm sorry, Kay. This one is actually pretty. I think I got a deal on this. on Amazon. I think I paid like $14 or $12 for this, which is the least I've ever paid for a deck, other than the Cosmic Tarot, which was $13. But look at this card. Do you see like there's a spirit over here, which is like almost like a fey energy, and then this is kind of like a darker spirit or something? I mean, these cards can be interpreted together. They're really, really cute. Like this, okay, for example, this card, I see a cave, and you see kind of like the fire pit and stuff. So, you know, this would take me into like a new adventure where if I was meditating with this card or path working with it, you know, I would visit this beautiful place, and, you know, if I'm walking towards the kettle, I see the kettle smoking, and I feel a scent of like chamomile and honey tea brewing, or, you know, like things like that. And then you take it on from there, and then you're walking towards the cave, and you walk into the cave, and then you take it on from there. And, you know, it's really, really, really cool. It's a very different, like I said, it's meant for story, like storytelling, but it is a very beautiful. Look at the gnome. Reminds me of Dobby from Harry Potter. It deserves mention in here. And definitely this could be used as a path working, shadow working, even a oracle, and it's the Hollowwoods. Thank you, Mama Squirrel. You're awesome. She showed us this, and I actually liked the idea behind it, and I was like, that's awesome. It's a really good, really cool thing to have. So I got my hands on it. I do use Oracle too. Kay, I definitely do use Oracle. I have a couple of Oracle decks. I don't have a huge selection of Oracle decks. The next deck I'm going to show is a tarot deck. Now, this I consider an Oracle. And Josh got me this. It is the Daemon Tarot. The Daemon Tarot by Ariana Osborne. And it has a good book that explains the cards. I mean, the book is really beautiful, actually. It has these red pages and the name of the demon and the meanings that you can associate with tarot. The backing of these cards, I'm not too crazy about. That's the back of the cards. It says Les Cartes Infernales, or the Infernal cards. I don't mind the title. I just the image. I mean, they could have just picked like a very gothic printing, or even black and red, like the box would have looked nice. Like if they use this background as the background to the cards, they would have looked bomb. Cardstock quality, a little flimsy. I mean, it's very cardboardy, paper almost. But I mean, it's okay if you wanna get an introduction to the Goetia demons. This starts you off, and then you get the card, the image, and then a story regarding that fallen angel or demon. It's supposed to be a tarot deck. I don't consider this a tarot deck. There's 78 cards, but I mean, there's nothing about the imagery that gives me 2 of Swords, 3 of Cups. And then some of these aren't even demons. Like this one is called the Witch's Round. So it's a cool deck to have. I mean, the imagery is really cool and stuff like that. But again, it's not something that I use on the daily or anything like that. This I have it for the thrill of it. I think it's kind of cool, but it's not something that I pull out often. A tarot. a tarot. Yes, it's a tarot. Hexen, what do you think of the Santa Muerte Tarot? I love it, Jack. The Santa Muerte Tarot is beautiful. I think Lucian from the Conjurer's Table just got his hands on a copy of it, and I think he's going to do a walkthrough. So go ahead and watch out for that so you guys can watch his walkthrough. I'm not going to do a walkthrough on it just because it's a world-known deck, but it is beautiful, and I love it. If you don't have it and you want to get your hands on it, it is definitely worth it. I will show you, though, one of my favorite cards. And I know Mama Squirrel will agree with me on this card. It is... All the cards are beautiful, but... Where is it? The Two of Cups in this deck is beautiful. Like their own heads are the cups. And he is holding her, and he is filling up her cup out of his own cup. And she's kind of like touching his heart to get some of his feeling or energy. This is a really beautiful deck. Definitely.
Save me that card.
Yes, Two of Cups, absolutely one of my favorite ever. Yes, oh my God, I love that Two of Cups is my favorite Two of Cups in any deck. I have yet to see a Two of Cups like that one. It's just beautiful. All right, guys, I'm down to 3 decks. I'm gonna show this one. I am not too familiar with H.P. Lovecraft. I've heard about him. I've read a little bit about him, but I haven't studied his work or his art or the Necronomicon and the Cthulhu mythos. I've heard from it. I've watched videos from it, but I haven't gone an in-depth study. My horror king in writing, when I've read horrors and stuff like that, is Edgar Allan Poe. I love Edgar Allan Poe. I really haven't gotten into H.P. Lovecraft, even though I want to. I might not have time for this Halloween season to do it, but I might just do it towards the beginning of next year. I might do a study on H.P. Lovecraft. This is the Necronomicon Tarot. And it is not definitely Rider-Waite-Smith. The book is not my favorite just because it's like long ways, but it does go into detail. You get 2 pages on each card. I mean, you got a lot of information on the cards. I wish they would have not done the book like this. This, I haven't edged it. To be honest, I've pulled it out a few times and looked at it. It is shiny. But I don't hate it. I haven't taken the time to connect with it. I feel like this is an in-depth study of like 8 to 9 months where I need to study the Necronomicon. I need to study the Cthulhu mythos. I need to study H.P. Lovecraft and then jump over into Donald Tyson, which was the creator of this. Donald Tyson, who also has his own version of the Necronomicon and that type of storyline. So the backs are really cool. It is Cthulhu, the sea creature / demon. Azathoth is the Fool, and I think there's also a tarot deck named Azathoth Tarot or something like that, and it has to do with the Cthulhu mythos and H.P. Lovecraft. The Magician, I love this magician. He is a necromancer. He is bringing back the dead. And the character's name is Narlathopet or something. Narlathopet. Now, this is something that I was like, huh? I guess in H.P. Lovecraft, they've associated certain pantheons as part of the Cthulhu mythos or underworld mythos or whatever, because The high priestess in this deck is Bast, the Egyptian goddess of cats, and it is it's a beautiful interpretation of Bast. But I was wondering, why is Bast considered a demon here? Like what was it that made her a demon, in this Necronomicon mythology? The lovers, it's like a lizard and a woman. I mean, the chariot, it's the beast of Babylon. So there's a lot to this. The wheel is Voxothoth, but I don't know much of the mythology or the storyline to actually know. But it's not an ugly deck. The devil is Cthulhu. I don't know much about it. So, and then also the star card, it's Ishtar or Astarte or Ishtar. She's a goddess also. So I was very iffy. I'm like, why would they use certain goddesses and categorize them as demons? Yes, Atlas Tower is an independent deck, great dark deck. Yes, 2 cups. Yes, there is. So I was very like, eh. Like there's some of them don't make much sense to me. I'm sure if I was to read the books and get into the whole Necronomicon mythos, I would definitely understand why they chose these cards that they chose and why they chose it. And again, that is the Necronomicon Tarot by Donald Tyson. I actually I was considering giving this deck away, but I'm gonna take the time and educate myself on H.P. Lovecraft and the Cthulhu mythos and all of that. The next deck I want to show you, I have one more after this, is something I got on Etsy. It was $66. And I love this deck. Now, this is very like a dark outside in space Sailor Moon type thing. It's the only thing I can kind of compare it to. And it is the Moon Tarot by Charlie Quintero. And it comes in this sturdy box. And the deck is beautiful. The little guidebook is not that great, but it's just a fold out. And you get a list with keywords. Now, this is one of the decks that I've been studying. I've been working with one-on-one. I'm not comfortable yet giving readings with it because it is almost its own system in certain cards. It's too opposite of Rider-Waite. So these are the backs, and it's kind of glossy. And they're edged in gold. Now, I've shuffled it because, again, I've worked with it. It's out of order. But I'm definitely going to show you guys a couple more of the cards in here. So you get the moon. I hate that glare, but the the colors are beautiful. The tower. The deck, it really is beautiful. The artwork is gorgeous. But some of the meanings on the card is like, wait, that doesn't give me Rider-Waite Smith, which is perfectly fine with me. I am okay studying other decks and looking at how are they different from Rider-Waite Smith. The King of Wands. Now, this is a feminist deck as to which all of the characters are women, including the kings. And I don't mind that. I actually love it. The Queen of Cups. This is the Two of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Now you have to look at the artwork to know what they are. Like this is a 6, but what 6 is it? So if you look at her belt, her belt is actually the swords. So they incorporate the suit. For example, the Two of Cups, the cups are in their collar. So it's actually Two of Cups. It's incorporated into the artwork. This is the sun, which is one of my favorite suns that I've seen. The Hermit. Yeah, I love the artwork. The backs are beautiful. I have no complaints on this deck. This is 3. I think this is the 3 of Wands, which the wands are on her tongue. If you look at her tongue, it's the wands. So 3 of Wands, 4 of Cups. This is a 7 of Swords. It's a zombie, which I love. This was one of the creepier cards, and I actually love this card. It's the 5 of Wands. Now, I see this as a two-faced kind of situation where something isn't what it seems to be. And that's where I mean it shifts away from Rider-Waite-Smith. Ace of Wands. Love the contrast with the colors. Not sure if I could read with these, but super interesting. It is a very interesting deck, and that's why I wanted it. I thought it was very different and very cool. It is very out there. It really takes its own route. Doesn't really stick to Rider-Waite-Smith, but I really don't mind that. Now, this is a deck that I have to continue to work with one-on-one by myself till I'm comfortable enough to hopefully one day read to others with it. But for me, it's just like a collector's item. But the cards are not unreadable. They could be read, but you can't expect it to be that Rider-Waite meaning, because the cards shift. The meaning of the cards shift because the deck is different. So you can't really attach Rider-Waite-Smith meaning to the cards. They're kind of like their own thing. So it's kind of learning your own system. This is the 7 of Cups. You can see the cups on that chain she's wearing. You know, almost like she's choosing to be tortured. She has this pin from her mouth, holding onto the chain and attaching it to her ear. The Hierophant is beautiful. It is a circle of women. A circle of women, and they are drawing down the moon. You can see the moon symbols, and they are all women. They're priestesses. The Coven of Witches. Four of Wands. I'm going to show you some of my favorite images. The King of Cups. I love this King of Cups. Oh, that King of Cups is awesome. This is the 5 of Swords. I love the 5 of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Death card is very Rider-Waite-Smith. The World. It really is a different deck. Look at the Chariot. It's actually a white rat. I thought that was funny. The High Priestess is beautiful. The Devil I love. I love this Devil card. She has these red lips all over her outfit. Let's see. How's this for an 8 of Wands and movement? So this one kind of sticks to the RWS meaning of movement. The Fool is one of my favorites. You know why I get fooled from this? this reminds me of how nowadays the children that are being born, the new generation after my generation, um, they are being brainwashed into television and social media and certain things that, even though technology has been really good for us, it actually harms us in other ways as well. And so when I look at this fool, it's a woman, but her head is a television. So it kind of, I see that whole, that's in her head. Her whole entire world revolves around this social media or this television or this box that we're so enclosed in sometimes. And so that's what I get about. I understand why they picked this image as the fool. Ace of Cups. The Queen of Swords is beautiful. I love her. Justice, Lady Justice. She's a really cool card too. And you get the feather in the heart. The feather in the heart. So some of them are again the Rider-Waite-Smith, Two Swords, but others do shift away from Rider-Waite-Smith. The Emperor, the Queen of Wands. What else can I show you guys? The Lovers. The Lovers are two women, and I love that. How is that? How is that spark? That spark in between them. Now the Star, I think this is like based on an old artwork of Madonna or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know where I got that from, but I think I heard that in a review or somewhere where they claim that this is based on like an artwork or a photo shoot Madonna did back in the 80s or something like that, which it does look like her. It definitely does look like her. King of Pentacles, again, one of my favorite king cards. I thought that was so beautiful. All right, guys. I have one more deck to show you guys, and I am done. Now, I have some news for you guys that I'm also going to be telling you guys right after this. I have one more deck to show. I am in an hour and 12 minutes. I love that deck, Lucian. And again, this is the Moon Power Tarot by Charlie King Tarot, and you can get this on Etsy. It is a little pricey, but again, I liked it, and I enjoy the artwork. I'm slowly working with it though, but I haven't really gone to really study certain cards, so I have to make a list of the cards that I actually want to start studying or start journaling. The last deck on my list is one of my favorite dark theme decks. I've gotten this a few months ago, probably 6 or 7 months ago, maybe more. It brings a beautiful guidebook. This guidebook alone, you guys, this guidebook alone can be used with any tarot deck. This guidebook is amazing. First of all, it touches a little bit on the Kabbalah, I believe. It does touch on the Kabbalah. I mean, it's a wonderful guidebook. Like, you get pages. This is my study on the death card so far. And all of this is death. All of this is death. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages on the death card alone. She gives you the message, the essence of the card, the alchemy, and the spirits that are associated with the card. the analysis and the symbolism used in the card, and the shadow, which is if you were to work with this deck in shadow, what it can be used for and what you would meditate on with that particular card. This is an awesome book that can literally be used with any tarot deck. It is Phantasmagoria by Ian Daniels, and this is the name of the book, Phantasmagoria. The name of the tarot deck is The Tarot of Vampires by Ian Daniels, and I love this deck. I've been working with this deck for a while, and I've decided that the reason why I left this deck for last is to let you guys know that I'm going to start an in-depth study of this tarot deck. I'm going to start doing once a week live with the Tarot of Vampires. With the Tarot of Vampires, I'm going to start an in-depth study of this, and we're going to be going through it once a week. I'm going to start doing lives, and what I'm going to do is do 3 card pulls, shuffle the deck, do 3 card pulls, and we're going to study those 3 cards each live. And I'm going to do it once a week. Like that, I can learn the Tarot of Vampires, and you guys can learn it with me. Now, this is an awesome deck. That's why I left it for last. It is one of my favorite decks. It is borderless. The book goes with the deck, Lucian, but you can definitely use the book with any other deck. I've seen the book being sold by itself, and I've seen the deck being sold by itself. I did not want the deck by itself, so I got the box set that comes with the book. And today, I finished edging it, and I edged it in red. So this is the Tarot of Vampires by Ian Daniels, and I edged it in red. It is complete. My red edging. Now I'm gonna show you some of the cards. This is the Fool. I hate this. I hated that they're shiny. That's the one thing I wish. If they could reprint this deck with a matte cardstock, it'd be perfect. But honestly, I don't care that it's shiny. I love the artwork. This is the Fool. And again, this deck has amazing symbolism. The Magician. So the suits are the goblets, the skulls, this is the wands, which they call it. I'll check now. And then I forgot. The scepters. The scepters are the wands, which is this cross that he's holding, a flame. So we have the scepters, the grails, which is the cups. We have the knives, which are the swords. And we have the skulls, which is the pentacles in the deck. I love how the red edging came out. It looks really good. The High Priestess. I mean, this deck, it captures the essence of vampires. The Empress. The Emperor. The Hierophant. The Lovers. And again, the symbolism is there. You have the symbols of Gemini, so they've paid, Ian Daniels, the creator of this deck, really paid attention to the symbolism. Look at that chariot. Oh, it's like a winged panther. That's so beautiful. That's a very ferocious chariot. Very like, okay, I'm driving through, get the hell out of my way, or I'm running over you. Justice. Guys, I really like this deck. I really, really do like this deck. This is the Hermit. Um, I love this deck a lot. One of my favorite Hanged Mans for sure. Definitely one of my favorite Hangmans. Death, beautiful death card. Beautiful, beautiful death card. I love this death card. It's just beautiful. Temperance. I mean, look at that temperance. Oh, it's so cool. It's a very cool deck. You guys will definitely see more of this deck. Hopefully this week, maybe Tuesday. If not, I'll do it Monday. So tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll keep you guys posted on the group. But if I don't do it tomorrow, then I'll do it for Tarot Tuesday, and I'll do during the day. I'll do like a Tarot Tuesday study of the Tarot of Vampires, and then I'll draw 3 cards, and maybe I should draw them now. Goes with the deck. Looks great. It's weird you think being a dark deck lover I'd be into vampires and zombies like this, but the imagery is nice, but it doesn't speak to me. I'm not really drawn to them. Certainly is a cool looking deck though. Oh wow. Yeah, I think it's not for everybody, the Tarot of Vampires. I love it. I've always loved vampire mythology and stuff like that. And it's actually a deck that I actually connect to. And this is actually, if you guys are familiar with Tallulah from Owl, her her YouTube channel is Owl Moon. I'm sorry, guys. Owl Moon 513. Altogether, Owl Moon 513. Tallulah's awesome. She's been on YouTube for like, I think, 7 or 8 years. She's really big on tarot and oracle, and she has a huge collection of dark decks. And the Tarot Vampire is actually her soul deck. And through her, I found this deck, and I love it. I mean, it's a deck that I'm gonna start working with. And if any of you guys are interested in learning about the Tarot Vampires, then stay tuned, because during this dark half of the year, I am going to be studying this deck in depth, and I'm going to be studying this deck with you guys watching. So I think tomorrow, if not Tuesday, I'll start uploading every Tuesday, hopefully during the day if I'm not working. Wherever I have a free time off, I'll go ahead and do it, and I'll do an in-depth study of this deck. Now, I think I'm going to shuffle, and I'm going to go ahead and pick 3 cards, which will be the 3 cards that we will study the next time we see each other. I'm just shuffling it because I have never shuffled this deck before. So I want to make sure I get a good shuffle so I don't get the same cards or the same suit back to back. And I am getting a little bit of transfer of the red onto my fingers, but it's not that bad. I didn't use a Sharpie because I feel like sometimes Sharpies are loaded with too much ink, and so it just leaves it like a mess. So I did use a cheaper marker from the dollar store, and it worked just as great, and it gave me the same red that I wanted for the edges. Hello, that's the point of Klaus' character, that he is one everyone hates. I love Klaus though. His character is awesome. All right, guys. So the first card will be the Lord of Knives, which is the King of Swords. So we have the King of Swords. See, that's why I didn't want to I wanted to shuffle it more because I don't want to do like the same card, like the same suit. Really? You hate him so much that you love him. All right, the Queen of Skulls, which is the Queen of Pentacles. And our third card, I'm going to make dinner quickly. Thanks, Sexton, for a good showcase of your dark decks. You're welcome, Lucy. I did tell the people that were on here, Lucy, that you will be doing a walkthrough of the Santa Muerte Tarot because I know you got a copy of it. So I let everybody know I didn't show the entire deck. I only showed a few cards from here because since you got the deck, I'm gonna let you do a walkthrough of it. So that people can stay tuned for that. The last card is the Five of Knives, which is the Five of Swords. Now, I kind of feel this is one of those situations where it shifts and changes from RWS, where this gives me kind of like that restful or you need to rest kind of message from the Four of Swords. But it is the Five of Swords in this one, so. How did you get a coffin shaped one? Oh, Lucy, this was sent to me by Oya's girl, Lady Queen Osset. A few months back, I think it was during January. She sent me this with Baby Scully, and this is actually one of the numbered copies of the creator, and so it's a limited edition. And I got my coffin box, but it is the same exact. The only difference really is the box. It has like a Ouija board in the back, but it is the same deck. Like there's nothing different to the deck. The backings are the same. It brings the book. The book is in color. I don't know if the regular version brings a color book or not because I don't own it, but I mean it's the same deck, same details, no edging or anything. I just came in. What decks are we seeing, please? Hi, Quiet Minimalist. I'm actually done. I've been on for an hour and a half. I'm actually done. But I just did a 3-card pull of the Tarot of Vampires by Ian Daniels, which I've just edged in red. I finished edging it today. And I love it edged in red. It's beautiful. And so I did a 3-card pull because I'm going to start doing a once a week live video. It might have to be pre-recorded sometimes. I don't know if I'm going to do live every time, but I'll probably do the live every time. And I'm going to do an in-depth study of the Tarot of Vampires. And every week, once a week, I'm going to do the live for the study, and I'm going to pull 3 cards. So the first cards I pulled were the Lord of Knives, which is the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, which is Queen of Skulls, and the Five of Swords, which is Five of Knives. And so those will be the cards that we will be doing on our first video dedicated to the Tarot of Vampires. So if you guys are interested, please stay tuned for that. I'll definitely let you guys know on the group. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. Feel free to leave comments below if you have any questions on any of the decks that I showed you guys. And I'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye.